Well, this is the coaling tower at Greenfield Village. I'm Darren, and this is the Industrial Revolution. Sitting next to their replica water tower, coaling towers were just as important as water towers in order to keep steam trains running throughout the world. Let's go take a closer look. So this tower is actually a 2014 replica of a late 19th century Fairbanks Morrison Company tower that was located in Marquette, Michigan. It has a 50-ton coal capacity, and it has some other changes like the safety cage around the ladder, things that were required to make these safe enough and up to code to continue using today. Safety regulations, of course, didn't exist so much back then. This is a pretty small one. This is only 50 tons. Some of the bigger ones were 650 tons and actually spanned multiple tracks. We can see here how it works. Coal is dumped in to this pit here. From the pit, it's led into this bucket, which is hoisted to the top by an electric motor and dumped into the top. Then around the other side here, when a train comes up, just like with a water tower, the chute's pulled down, the chain's pulled, and the coal flows into the tower. It's a pretty simple device, pretty simple mechanism. You pull back, we can see that just the cables across the top. They're used to handle the hoisting the bucket, and then the cable on the other side to handle releasing the coal. A very simple system, but it works. Now, although there's only a tiny handful of these still in use anywhere around the world today, that doesn't mean that they aren't still out there. Most of these, especially later and on the main lines, were actually built in concrete. And being built in concrete and being built spanning the main line, that meant these things were actually kind of tough to get rid of. They had to be able to handle 100 tons or more of coal being bounced around and jostled continuously. And as a result, they were built solid. And that means they don't come down well. So a lot of them are still out there today. Let's go out and take a look at some. Coaling towers came in both big and small. This is on the smaller side, although I wasn't able to find the exact capacities for any of the concrete towers. If you have the actual capacities, please let me know in the comments. Like so many of the still standing coaling towers, this is located on, in fact directly over, active rail lines. So you need to be very careful if you go to look at them. The sloped part to the left is where the coal was hoisted up to the large cylindrical storage area at the top. We'll take a look at that in a minute. You can see this tower was able to provide coal to 3 parallel tracks, 2 under the tower and 1 off to the side. The coal chutes are all still in place. You'd pull the train up with the tender aligned under the chute and pull on the cable or chain to release the coal, which would quickly fill up your tender. Most of the lower level ladders and stairs are gone to discourage people from climbing the tower. Unfortunately, most of the lifting equipment is also gone. You can still see the heavy track on the inside though. Here we see a Great Northern 2880 articulated locomotive using a somewhat similar tower in Minneapolis Junction, Minnesota in 1947. These locomotives were used, among other things, for hauling iron ore from the mines to the refineries, so they definitely needed a lot of power and a lot of coal. A somewhat larger, square design is located directly behind the New Buffalo Railroad Museum in New Buffalo, Michigan. Unlike the smaller one in Pontiac, you can see the pair of holes for chutes on the left where there would have been another track, plus the two pairs underneath. Using two chutes instead of one let you fill up the tender faster and easier. Unfortunately, the chutes themselves and all trace of the lifting assembly are gone. So let's move on. Fortunately, just down the road a few miles, there's another similar tower in Michigan City, Indiana. This one, as you can see, still has some of the coal hoisting buildings still in place. What is today a road would have had another rail line running down it, and you'd bring your full coal car in on this line and dump it into the pit at the base of the lift assembly on the left. Unfortunately, we have only a hollow shell left here. It would have had either a single car hoist, like the one we saw at Greenfield Village, or a continuous elevator, sort of like what they use at Greenfield Village before their new tower. Before the current tower was built, this is how they loaded coal into the tenders here at Greenfield Village. The water is to keep the dust down. Of course, before you had all that high-tech equipment, you might just have a ramp that you shoved the coal up, like this tower from somewhere around Detroit in the 1800s. From there, it might even be hand-shoveled down into the tender. Coal is pretty light as rocks go, but a larger locomotive tender could carry over 20 tons of the stuff. So obviously the towers with lifts and chutes were a big improvement. Nowadays, of course, they mostly just use payloaders because they're a lot faster and easier. So it's pretty rare to actually see a coaling tower in operation anymore today. This one is operational and is used. Every day they're running steam trains here in Greenfield Village. Unfortunately, they usually fill up now prior to open, so you don't usually get a chance to see it in operation. And that's unfortunate. When it was first built, they did actually schedule, at least for a while, when the trains would come by and you could actually see these in operation. Today, there's not many places you can see one in use, but this one at least we know does work, is in use, and is maintaining the tradition. And that's why this is the Industrial Revolution. Before you go, I do need your help. There's two things you can do. Number one is help YouTube get more people to the channel. Easiest way you can do that, completely free. Hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and best of all, you can comment more than just 2 or 3 words. That tells YouTube, you know, this video is good, the channel's good, send more people here. Second thing you can do, each of these videos ends up being pretty expensive to actually produce. Obviously it's hours of work for each one, but I also have to actually drive to the locations. And if it's far enough away, I have to spend a night. in order to do all the on-location filming that I do for these videos that I think is essential for the videos. If you can help out financially, either with a super thanks, or if you can help out over at patreon.com/industrialrevolution, that'll help me to extend my range even further, get out to more and better sites, and bring you even better videos. Thanks for watching. Look forward to seeing you next time.